Manipulation does not begin with lies. It begins with conversation. Words are the doorway. Emotion is the handle. Most people believe manipulation happens to the weak, that it requires intelligence, charm, or authority. It doesn't. Manipulation requires only one thing: access. Access to your thoughts, access to your emotions, access to your need to be understood. And noise gives access freely. The more you explain, the more you reveal, the more you react, the more you expose. Tone, timing, insecurity, desire. Every word you offer becomes information. Every emotion becomes leverage. This is why manipulators talk constantly. They ask questions. They provoke. They encourage confession disguised as concern, not to connect, but to map you. Silence interrupts this process. Silence gives nothing to work with. No handles, no entry point, no emotional trail. That is why silence feels uncomfortable, because it removes the illusion of control from the other person. And people hate losing access. Have you noticed? When you are silent, people become restless. They fill the gap. They justify. They accuse. They joke. They escalate. Not because silence is rude, but because silence creates uncertainty. Most people rely on feedback to regulate themselves. They need nods, reactions, agreement, resistance. Silence denies them orientation. They don't know where they stand with you. They don't know what you think. They don't know how much power they have. So they pressure you. Say something. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Don't be like that. This is not concern. It is discomfort. Silence forces people to confront their own insecurity, and many cannot tolerate that. So they push. If they can make you speak, they regain footing. If they can make you react, they regain control. Silence is not absence, it is refusal. Refusal to be pulled into emotional games. Refusal to be rushed. Refusal to be readable. And refusal is power. Silence is not easy. Externally, it looks calm. Internally, it is war. Your mind wants to clarify. Your ego wants to defend. Your emotions want release. The urge to speak is the urge to regulate discomfort. Most people talk not because they have something to say, but because silence reveals too much. Silence exposes fear, doubt, anger, longing, so they drown it with words. But the disciplined man learns to sit, to feel the tension without resolving it immediately, to let emotion rise without giving it command. This is why silence must be trained, through solitude, through fasting, through controlled discomfort, through choosing stillness. When reaction would feel easier, silence builds a gap between feeling and action, and in that gap, choice is born. The man who owns that gap cannot be rushed, cornered, or emotionally hijacked. Manipulation depends on rhythm. Push, response, adjust, repeat. Silence breaks the rhythm. When you don't respond as expected, the manipulator stumbles. They over-explain. They contradict themselves. They escalate emotionally, because without your reaction, they lose calibration. Silence forces manipulators to reveal intent. They speak more. They push harder. They expose urgency, and urgency is always a tell. The calm man doesn't interrupt this process. He lets it unfold. He observes. He listens. He waits, not passively, strategically. By the time he speaks, the situation is already decided. Silence does not win arguments. It renders them unnecessary, because power has already shifted. Eventually, something changes. You stop fearing silence. You stop rushing words. You stop needing to be understood immediately. People notice. They become cautious around you. They choose their words more carefully. They test less often, because they no longer know how to reach you. You are still kind, still present, still human, but no longer accessible to manipulation. Your silence is not emptiness. It is containment. You decide what leaves you. You decide when. You decide why. That makes you dangerous. Not because you dominate, but because you are no longer governable through emotion. The world can pressure you, but it cannot rush you. And anyone who cannot rush you cannot control you. Silence does not make you invisible. It makes you unreachable. And what cannot be reached cannot be manipulated.